Everyone's life has ups and downs, but I've had the honor to serve our country in good times and bad since I first swore an oath to defend her as a 17-year-old midshipman at the Naval Academy.
John McCain has clearly established himself as nothing more than an attention-starved political opportunist. War hero? Yes. Good senator? Not even remotely. Here's what McCain said. The allegations against Roy Moore are deeply disturbing and disqualifying. He should immediately step aside and allow the people of Alabama to elect a candidate they can be proud of. What a lot of people seem to forget about John McCain is that he's been a womanizer for decades. In fact, he was accused of sexual misconduct during his 2008 presidential campaign, and he immediately dismissed the charges. In February 2008, the Post and the New York Times published stories alleging McCain had an improper relationship with lobbyist Vicky Eisman. The stories both related that the senator had developed a close relationship with the lobbyist, who had business before the Commerce Committee which he chaired. The severity of the allegations against McCain regarding Eisman were clear. He was potentially using his position in government to do favors for someone who was at least his friend. At worst, she was his mistress and the senator was engaging in public corruption. Clearly these allegations would be disqualifying not just for any seeking the highest office in the land, but for serving in the Senate if true. After the piece was published, McCain's campaign team swiftly issued a statement describing the story as gutter politics and clearly part of a hit-and-run smear campaign. So let's get this straight. When McCain is accused, it's a smear campaign. When Moore is accused, the women must be believed, and the allegations are disqualifying. Little bit of a double standard there. When John McCain was a POW in Vietnam, his gorgeous wife was seriously injured in a horrible car accident. When McCain was released, he came home to a wife who was in very bad physical condition and who had gained a lot of weight due to the lack of mobility from her injuries. What did McCain do? He left her for a richer and younger woman. When Carol was discharged from hospital after 6 months of life-saving surgery, the prognosis was bleak. In order to save her legs, surgeons had been forced to cut away huge sections of shattered bone, taking with it a tall willowy figure. She was confined to a wheelchair and was forced to use a catheter. Carol said, "My marriage ended because John McCain didn't want to be 40, he wanted to be 25. You know that happens, it just does." Some of McCain's acquaintances are less forgiving, however. They portray the politician as a self-centered womanizer who effectively abandoned his crippled wife to play the field. They accuse him of finally settling on Cindy, a former rodeo beauty queen, for financial reasons. McCain was then earning little more than £25,000 a year as a naval officer, while his new father-in-law Jim Hensley was a multi-millionaire who had impeccable political connections. But Ross Parrott, who paid her medical bills all those years ago, now believes that both Carol McCain and the American people have been taken in by a man who is unusually slick and cruel even by the standards of modern politics. McCain is the classic opportunist. He's always reaching for attention and glory, he said. The bottom line: McCain has no business playing morality police in this race.